Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be recreating Femi Beauty's DIY full set in 30 minutes. Her technique, she just released this video the other day, except I'm only going to be using my Iguana practice finger. Now you just saw me etching the nail bed of my practice finger and I'm cleansing it with Young Nail Swipe. I'm taking a enailcouture 123 Go gel extension tip. You can use any brand that you want. You can even use the MacLeod full cover nail tips. It doesn't have to be gel extension. I'm going to be taking my Glitter Bells acid-free primer, and instead of etching the inside of this gel tip, I'm going to be putting the primer where it will cover the nail bed of my practice finger. You can use primer, you can use dehydrator, you can use acetone to kind of etch the inside of the tip instead of taking your e-file. I found that this is a much simpler, faster, easier way to do this, and it works just as well. It saves me loads of time because etching the inside of it takes a lot of time, and for anybody that doesn't have an e-file, this is perfect for you. I'm going to be taking my Gershion Polygel in color 002. I'll post down below the link to this kit. And I'm just filling the inside of this gel tip with that polygel. I would recommend using a smaller amount. I found that I lost my C-curve and it was just a little bit too much. If you're doing this on yourself, you probably would want to use a little bit less to make sure that the polygel cures all the way through. But it's a beautiful peachy nude color. I'm going to be taking my polygel brush, and for slip solution I'm using Young Nail Swipe. I use it for everything. Dehydrate, cleanse, slip solution. It's an amazing product. I'm going to be pulling that polygel to the end of the tip, and I'm making sure that the polygel is nice and even throughout the rest of the tip, generating most of the product in the middle where my apex would be. Now Femi Beauty said that when she was doing these, she was worried that the tip would fall off because she didn't prime or etch the inside of her tips, but I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't come off like a dual form, and that's why I primed it. But it works perfect. It works amazing. It's a really good technique if you want to do fast nails because the top of this nail is smooth and you don't have to worry about filing for days. It's nice and smooth and you won't have any bumps. Now I'm taking this polygel and I'm pressing it into my practice finger's nail bed. I'm trying to make sure that the polygel isn't oozing out, making sure that it's nice and flush with that nail bed. If there is any excess polygel, you just take your polygel brush and clean it up, smooth it out a little bit. You can take it off if you want. Here I'm going to be trying to blend the sidewall with the nail tip. I would recommend, that leads me to my next point, I would recommend getting a nail tip that is a little bit wider than your actual nail bed because you want to leave room for the polygel to fit onto your nail. Now on the underside you can see it's kind of bulky, so I'm just going to be taking my polygel brush again and trying to flatten that out, even it out so it looks nice and clean. But look at that color, it's completely opaque. It's really beautiful. Here, I'm just using Young Nail Swipe to clean the sticky layer off of my polygel, both front side and back side. And then I'll be taking my hand file that has been really loved and cleaning up the sidewalls and shaping up the shape. Here, I'm just trying to show you that it's not coming off, so it's not acting like a dual form in this instance. But yes, you can see me here, and I'm just cleaning up that shape, redefining it, getting any excess polygel off. I was kind of worried that it was coming off, but I think I was just hallucinating there a little bit. I was going to use my hand file to clean up the cuticle area, but I was worried that I would cut into the silicone because it's really flush against that cuticle. So I'm just taking my e-file with a regular medium grit sanding band just to kind of clean up that edge a little bit, but you can hardly really tell. It's really seamless. You probably will have to use an e-file or a hand file to clean up your cuticle area if you're doing this on yourself, just because it is kind of like a dual form where it can ooze out of everywhere. I'm also going to be taking my e-file to clean up that underside a little bit more, just because I was worried that it would look gross and bulky. And like I said, you can use a cuticle bit to kind of redefine that shape if you so choose. I didn't do that here because it was my practice finger and it was going to come off anyways. So I would also recommend that you etch the complete top of a surface nail. You buff it so that when you put a top coat on, there's no risk for it peeling off. Some people even put primer on the top to make sure that that top coat sticks, doesn't peel. I've never had any issues, so I haven't had to try that, but if you have issues with your top coat peeling, maybe try that. I'll be using Young Nail Swipe again to cleanse the dust and anything off of the top so that when I top coat, it's nice and smooth. I'm using Model 1's top coat today. I'm going to cure this for about 30 seconds, and it will be complete. I'd highly recommend this technique if you aren't really good with shaping. It's a great technique, so thank you Femi Beauty for showing us this, and I'll catch you guys back next time.